Is illegal immigration really a major challenge in our world today? It's a question you hear a lot, often wrapped up in strong emotions and political debates. But let's step back from the headlines for a moment and look at the bigger picture. The movement of people across borders, without official authorization, is a phenomenon that's happening all over the globe, from the Americas to Europe, Asia, and Africa. It's not just one country's issue, it's a shared global reality. So, yes, it is a significant challenge, but it's also incredibly complex, with deep roots and a wide range of impacts on both the people who move and the societies they join. So why do people make the incredibly difficult, and often dangerous, decision to cross borders without permission? The reasons are as varied as the people themselves. For many, it's about survival. They might be fleeing conflict, persecution, or violence in their home countries. Think of families escaping war zones, where staying means risking their lives every single day. For others, the driver is economic. They're seeking opportunities that simply don't exist back home. They dream of a stable job, a way to support their families, and a chance for their children to have a better future. Imagine working day in and day out but still not being able to afford basic necessities. That's the reality for millions. Then there are environmental factors, which are becoming a bigger piece of the puzzle. Climate change is leading to more frequent and intense natural disasters, like droughts, floods, and superstorms. When a farm that has supported a family for generations turns to dust, or a coastal village is swallowed by rising sea levels, people are forced to move. These climate refugees are often left with no choice but to seek safety and a new beginning elsewhere. And sometimes, it's simply about being with family. People may cross borders to reunite with loved ones who have already moved, seeking that fundamental human connection. Understanding these powerful motivations is the first step to having a real conversation about immigration. It's not just a political issue, it's a human story. Now, let's talk about the impact. When we discuss illegal immigration, we often hear about the challenges it poses to host countries. There can be a strain on public services, like schools, healthcare, and social welfare systems, especially in communities that are already under-resourced. If a large number of people arrive in a short period, it can be difficult for local infrastructure to keep up. There are also concerns about the labor market. Some people worry that an influx of workers willing to accept lower wages could drive down pay for native-born workers in certain sectors, or that it might lead to exploitation in unregulated, shadow economies. Security is another major talking point. Governments are concerned about managing who crosses their borders, and there are legitimate worries about crime and ensuring national security. These are valid concerns that need to be addressed thoughtfully. And, of course, there's the social and cultural dimension. The arrival of new groups of people can sometimes lead to social tensions, as different cultures, languages, and traditions mix. Integrating new populations into the existing social fabric is a process that requires effort and understanding from everyone involved. It's not always a smooth process, and it can create friction within communities. However, that's only half of the story. The contributions of immigrants, including those who are undocumented, are often overlooked. Many immigrants fill essential jobs that face labor shortages, from agriculture and construction to hospitality and caregiving. They are the people who help harvest our food, build our homes, and care for our elderly. They start businesses at a higher rate than the native-born population, creating jobs and injecting new energy and innovation into the economy. Think about your favorite local restaurant or shop. There's a good chance it was started by an immigrant with a dream. Culturally, immigrants bring a richness and diversity that can make societies more vibrant and dynamic. They introduce new foods, music, traditions, and perspectives that broaden our horizons and enrich our collective experience. They are our neighbors, our colleagues, and our friends. Moreover, many undocumented immigrants pay taxes, sales taxes every time they buy something, and often payroll and income taxes, too, contributing to public funds that they may not even be able to access themselves. Recognizing these positive contributions is crucial for a balanced and fair discussion. So, given this complexity, how can this global challenge be managed? There's no single magic bullet, but experts point to a multifaceted approach. First and foremost is addressing the root causes. This means investing in international development, promoting peace and stability, and combating climate change. If people feel safe, have economic opportunities, and can live with dignity in their home countries, they are far less likely to undertake a perilous journey. This involves things like foreign aid, fair trade policies, and diplomatic efforts to resolve conflicts. It's about helping to build a world where people don't have to leave home to survive. Next, we need to think about legal pathways for immigration. Many current systems are outdated, slow, and unable to meet the demands of our globalized world. If there are not enough legal channels for people to work, study, or seek protection, they are more likely to turn to irregular means. Creating more flexible and realistic visa programs for workers at all skill levels, expanding refugee resettlement programs, and streamlining family reunification processes can help manage migration in a safe, orderly, and legal way. It's about creating a system that works, rather than a system that forces people into the shadows. Effective and humane border management is also a key piece of the puzzle. This isn't just about building walls or fences. It's about using technology to improve security, investing in well-trained border personnel, and cracking down on the criminal smuggling networks that exploit vulnerable people for profit. At the same time, it's absolutely critical that border policies respect human rights and international law, particularly the right to seek asylum. A secure border and a compassionate one are not mutually exclusive. We can and should have both. Finally, for those undocumented immigrants who are already living and working within a country, we need practical and humane integration policies. This could involve creating pathways to legal status for long-term residents who have put down roots, contributed to their communities, and have no criminal record. Providing access to language classes, job training, and education can help newcomers integrate more successfully and contribute more fully to society. Policies that foster inclusion rather than exclusion ultimately benefit everyone, creating stronger, more cohesive communities. In the end, illegal immigration is not a simple problem with an easy solution. It's a deeply human issue, driven by a powerful desire for safety, opportunity, and a better life. It presents real challenges for countries around the world, but it also brings significant benefits. A truly effective approach isn't about choosing between open borders and closed borders. It's about smart, comprehensive, and compassionate management. It requires us to address the root causes that force people to leave their homes, create more legal pathways for migration, manage our borders effectively and humanely, and develop sensible policies for integrating the immigrants who are already part of our communities. By working together, both within our countries and as a global community, we can navigate this challenge in a way that is fair, orderly, and respects the dignity of every single person. Thank you so much for watching. This is a complex topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What aspects do you think are most important? Let's keep the conversation respectful and constructive. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the big issues shaping our world. See you next time.